Hello, amazing human beings, and welcome back to our channel. I am Emma. For those that are new around here, so in Emma and Kate, I'm Emma, and Katie's my sister. We used to live together, and now we don't. So I'm at my house with our beautiful bookshelf. Today's video is going to see how many books I can read in the next 2 weeks. So I am a high school teacher, and I am on school holidays, and I have 2 weeks where my time is completely mine. So we're gonna see how many books I'm gonna read. So the other day, I finished reading Sunrise on the Reaping, which I absolutely loved. Like, the ending was absolutely amazing. Basically starting fresh. At the moment, I started the other night Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. As you may or may not know, Magnolia Parks series is my favorite books. I also started ages ago, but I've been reading this in the Song of the Let Them theory, so I have that book going. So I'll also show you the bookshelf. So this is what we got I've already read these books, TBR. I've read all of these ones except Inheritance Game. That's also in TBR. Hook, Line, and Sinker and Archer's Voices, TBR. All of these books are TBR. I've read all of these ones. I haven't read You and Me on Vacation or Beach Read. Then I haven't read Flawless. Or I tried to read Remarkably Bright Creatures, but DNF'd it. I haven't read Queen Charlotte. And then I think everything else on the bookshelf I have read. I think I'm gonna read Time of Your Life today, but I also wanna finish A Court of Silver Flames. I haven't started it, but I started reading the ACOTAR books back in 2023. And I've read the first two books in 2023, 2024. I stalled for a while. Didn't read A Court of Frost and Starlight till last year. And then I haven't touched A Court of Silver Flames. So I want to start A Court of Silver Flames because one of my favorite podcasts, The Relatables, have been doing the Baddies Book Club, and they've now started A Court of Silver Flames. So I want to read as they're reading it. So if you haven't read it and you want to read it with me, let's go. But today we're going to sit down and start Time of Your Life. I'm only like 5 pages in, so let's read. I have just finished the first chapter, so I'm only 12 pages in. But so far, this book has two main characters. I'm gonna butcher these names because they're from Manchester, so they're Manchurian names. But it's Isolde. It's spelled like Ysolde. I think it's Isolde or Isolde. Is a model, and then there's Joa Harrigan, who is a rock star. And I've had a pretty busy day. Did some editing. So I read This Morning Is the Last Place You Saw Me on the couch. Then I had to go to Katie's, do some editing, pick up this camera. I'm now filming on the DJI camera. And then I went on a walk, but I've been reading Powerful, which is the novella after Powerless, because almost like at the beginning of last year, my book club read Powerless. And when Powerful came out, people were like, oh, it's just all right. But since then, there's been Reckless, Fearless, and Fearful that's come out, and I've heard like mixed things, but I thought I have premium on Spotify, the audio books on there, so I was like, oh, I'll just listen to it just to get the storyline, just to see if it's any good, and kind of like no harm, no foul, because it's free kind of vibe. I am 60% through the audiobook, and I knew for Powerless, like I've only read one audiobook, which was Happy Place, but people, when my friends and I were reading Powerless for book club, they said the audiobook was really good because it had different voices for the different pops. So yeah, so this one's about Adina, who in Powerless is a side character. It's Peyton, who's the main character's best friend, but kind of interesting side. So it's kind of like at the same time as Peyton in the trials in the first book, but it's between, her best friend and a guy she meets, different paths while Peyton's in the trials. So it's like a cute little love story. There's not much. It's getting interesting because we're finding out more about the guy, but I just don't know what the purpose is of this book. I guess it's just to give another story, another perspective, like Adina, her best friend's like a cute little character, but I kind of just want to listen to this in case there's anything I need to know for the next one, to just know what happens. But I did, when I read Powerless, I gave it a 5-star review, but because I love the characters, but it kind of gave me like similar vibes to Hunger Games, which I love Hunger Games, so to me like nothing can top Hunger Games. And then the ending was just so rushed and so like random. So like I loved it when I first read it, but the more I thought about it after I had read it, I'd probably give it like 4 stars, 3.5, 4 stars, because like I like the characters, but I'm not that invested. So besides reading Let Them Vary, I'm now reading Time of Your Life, and I'm 60% through the audiobook of Powerful, which I just listened to like in the car on a walk, because I'm currently taking care of little Carson Boy, mom's dog, the family dog. So me and him just went on a little walkies. There he is. And so I listened to that while we went on a walk, which was quite nice. But yeah, now I need to shower and get ready for dinner. So I'm hoping I'm going to shower, wash my hair, shave my legs, like full everything shower. Then while my hair's drying, I think I'll try and read a little bit more, and then I'll blow dry my hair, do my makeup, get ready for the dinner, and then go, and then I'll recap tonight when I lay down to read how many pages I get through. Read, I think, a chapter and a half, maybe 2 chapters. So I'm now on page 50, which is the start of chapter 5, which is Joa's chapter. And I'm loving it. Like, the characters are so interesting, but I have no idea where this is going. Because, like, basically, like, the book starts with Joa Harrigan, who's in a band, is out on the town, and Isolde, I'm not even going to try and say her last name, is also out with her friends. Joa sees Isolde and was like, oh my gosh, she's the most stunning, amazing girl I've ever seen. Let me approach her. And she's a model and he's a rock star. And she's out with her model friends. And he has no idea who she is. And he's kind of like, don't you know who I am? I'm a rock star. Like, you're so, like, and he's basically like hitting on her. And she's kind of like into it, but like not taking a bar of it. And then she's like, you're upset I don't know who you are. You don't even know who I am. I'm the biggest model. And it's basically like they're these 2 really famous people, but the banter between them is just so good. And it's like he goes to her friends to the next club, and Joa's like, I can't stop thinking about this girl. She's not just like a normal girl. Like, it's very much that, oh my gosh, I'm so curious. She's not like all the other girls. I need to follow her. So he goes to the next club, and like finally his friends are like, don't you know that's Isolde? Like, how do you not know it's her? And he's basically like, can I take you home? And then like they talk, they kiss, and like that's kind of like their meet cute. Like, I love Joa's perspective being like a guy versus a girl on like meeting someone. Like, he's like, oh my gosh, like it's giving like a he fell first kind of vibes, and maybe like, I don't know if she'll fall harder. But then like the next chapter, we got like Isolde's like talking to, like, they've been hanging out now, her and Joa, for like a whole week straight. And I love there's like little like magazine or like news clippings after like some chapters being like, just seen Joa Harrigan hasn't left her apartment in a week. And it's like all this stuff. But yeah, you get his perspective of like his internal monologue and thoughts of like, oh my gosh, like this is driving me crazy. She's so amazing. Does she like me? I want her to like me. And then you get Isolde's perspective of like her talking to her friends. Oh, like he's so like, oh my gosh, like her friends are asking, is this just, are you just having sex together, or is there more? Like some people I know with romance, like I don't mind a bit of spice, but it is very much like conversational. Like it's not full details yet, I guess. Oh no, my bookmark just fell out. I think I'm on page 52. Very much like behind closed doors, and it's more about the banter so far and like their interactions and talking about who they are, their background, their life. But I just love Jessa Hastings' writing, and I just love being back into it. And yeah, the banter is so funny. Like there's been a couple of lines that I just found so funny. Like she lives in a hotel, and he's like, oh, you're like Eloise at the plaza. Like there's just so many references, and it takes place in the 90s. I was like, I was born in 1998, so it's like, I guess I'm a 90s kid, but not fully, whereas this takes place in like 1994, 1995. But like, I just still love all the references and stuff. Like, there's been so many funny lines, and it's just like, yeah, it's just the little remarks and stuff I find so funny. I also listened to, on my walk this morning with the doggy, listened to more of the Powerful thing, and it's like, it is getting a bit more intriguing because they're like, it's at the point where they're at the palace before like Pei is at the trials. And then Mac and Adina are there. And then, like, you can see things are starting to brew that really gets to the climax of, like, all their problems. It's getting a bit more interesting. But once again, it's like a book. It's like, do we really need this? Like, it's just another love story. And if you read Powerless, you already know the outcome. So it's like, why are we going back into these characters when we already know what happens to them? Yeah, it's, like, entertaining to listen to, like, as I'm walking or doing something. But I'm not, like, I did actually listen to it when I got home a bit more, but I'm not, like, reaching for it. It's more like I'm just devoted, like, every time I'm in the car, let's listen to it. And, like, I just want to, like, get through it, because I'm going to read probably another chapter of this, but then I need to get started on A Court of Silver Flames. And I do have some, like, content to film, like, for Instagram, for a brand, and a few other things, but I am feeling really tired, so I do just want to lay in bed and read for a bit longer. But I need to charge this camera, and I'll touch base with you with how I go with reading. But yeah, on page 52 of Time of Your Life, and I need to update my Goodreads. Hello, it is still Sunday, the 21st of September, but it is way later now. I went to this, like, meditation night with my mom, but it was out in the country, like an hour and a half away. So it was really lovely, but that's why I kind of haven't really said anything in a while. But I am on page 80 of Time of Your Life, and I don't have many updates, but besides the fact that I love the Dulapov. Like, I haven't read a Dulapov book where it's like one chapter of the boy, one chapter of the girls, Pov, in like such a long time. I read a lot of general fiction recently, but I've been loving the romance alternate Povs because, like, the girls obsess over differently to the boys, but they're both like love interests, so I'm loving that. I'm gonna continue reading, but tomorrow I got a special parcel, a really exciting parcel that I'm gonna unbox. I'm just gonna fix my hair real quick. I got a really exciting package I'll unbox and set up tomorrow, which is bookish things that I'm super excited about. And I think tomorrow, like, I've just been in a lot of pain. For those of my viewers that don't know, I have PCOS, adenomyosis or adenomyosis, and I'm gonna look at trying to get diagnosed to see if I have endometriosis. So today my pain was like 2 Ponstan, 2 Panadol, essential oils in my tummy, raspberry leaf tea, heat pack, and still no relief. So, like, I was just in bed, like, reading and then eating, and then I went to this meditation thing, ate dinner, and now I'm home. So now I'm back in bed reading. So I think tomorrow I'm going to try and gym, do a sauna, do compression boots and things, and read while I do that. So I will take you along tomorrow. But yeah, my only update is, like, loving Dulapov, loving Jessa Hastings' writing. It's interesting to see where this story has gone, because they've kind of started having more heated discussions and things. I have no idea where this book is going. Like, it's still just them meeting each other. So yeah, we're 80 pages in, and this book I think only has like 300 and something pages, so it's a bit of a shorter one, which I like for a change. But yeah, we're gonna read. It's like 9:30, so way past my bedtime, but I read every single night regardless to help me fall asleep and wind down. Friends, it is time. It is 5 o'clock on Monday. I have not, on the 22nd of September, I have not read anything today because I have been gymming and recovering and watching football and doing all the other things, but that's okay. I do most of my reading at night, but I thought I'd unbox my Amazon order with you guys because I got something really exciting. So the first thing I got is a Kindle. I have been such like against Kindles because I'm like, why would I want to read on a device, blah blah blah, but I caved because I'm doing some travel at the end of the year. Plus, I want to be able to take it to the beach and just the simplicity. Like, I think I'll still read paperback, like, physical books sometimes. But then there's also, because I'm just doing a lot more reading, like, I think it's just an investment that I'll be able to get some books for cheaper and just expand my horizons with my reading. And then I think, yeah, then when I travel, I don't have to pick and choose. If I'm in between books, I can have 2 books on here going at once and all the things. And then teacher things, I got a container and some stickers for my students, which isn't that exciting, but I got a Disney pack and then a Marvel pack, so that's going in there. And then I bought a case, and animal stickers, that's for my students. Then I bought a case for my Kindle and a pop socket. I got like a little daisy flower pot. I've never used a pop socket, not on my phone or anything, but I got a daisy one for my Kindle case. And then I got some stickers. I'll probably actually get stickers. Oh, and then I also got 2 screen protectors, anti-glare, for the actual Kindle. And I'm gonna order some stickers from Books with Jess, but I thought while I was doing an Amazon order, I'd see what they have on Amazon. So these are all bookish stickers. So we're gonna open it. We're gonna get her started. I need to grab my phone. I'm like, should I aesthetically open this or just like candidly do it? I don't really know. Beautiful. Open her up. Ready? We're gonna. Ooh, la la. She's beautiful. Just like that. Oh, okay. There she is. Here we go. She on. This is me learning how to use it. We're gonna go English next. Choose your region. This sets your preference for spelling. Okay. She's loading. It's exciting. I wonder what kind of charger. She takes USB-C. We love that because I have 1,020,000 USB-C cords. I feel like I got an email saying like to set up my Kindle. This is exciting. Maybe I'll come back to you once I've set it up. It is now after like 7 p.m. but I put all my stickers on my Kindle in my case. Oh, how cute. That has all the different tropes. House of Wind Book Club, Hot Girls Read Fantasy. Just one more chapter that has a bunch of books. Enemies to Lovers. That's my Kindle. I'll show you what I've been reading, where I'm up to and everything, but first I need to shower. But I've been in quite a lot of pain. I got my 360 heat pack. It's been rough. I probably get in pain like every single day. I've taken Ponson, I've taken Panadol, I have my heat pack. I'm gonna shower. I bought a TENS machine, which is just currently charging. But yeah, I'm gonna try and use it to help with the pain. I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna make some tea and hot chocolate and get in bed nice and early and relax. Alrighty, good morning. It's Tuesday, September 23rd, and last night I did some reading on my new Kindle. I love her. I got the Paperwhite, the new whatever generation, 11th, 12th generation. I got stickers on the back, and I've been reading A Court of Silver Flames from the ACOTAR series. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm currently reading chapter 3, so I'm trying to read like 2 chapters a day. And I'm loving reading on the Kindle just because it's like when you're laying in bed, I can like lay sideways. Like it's so much lighter than holding a big book, which I didn't really think I'd like it that much, but I really do. It would be so good for travel. Just got dog and cat hair everywhere. But yeah, I really like the book so far. So it follows Nesta and Cassian. So Nesta, since the war, is really, really struggling and feels like no one like sees her struggling. Then like Feyre and Rysand see that like she's just been like behaving poorly, spending all their money, gambling, having sex with people, and all these things. And they're like, that's enough. Like, you can't be doing that. That's not on. This behavior isn't good. So we have a plan for you. You're going to train with Cassian every day. You're going to live in the House of Wind. You're going to, you know, do all these things so we can watch you closely. Because she's like very lost and very like upset since the war. But one thing that's bothered me so far is like, Nesta girly, just tell them you're struggling. Like Feyre vomited every single day for like 6 months after Under the Mountain. Like, just talk to them. They totally understand. And she thinks she's alone because they've experienced this before. But because they've all experienced before, they can give her tips on like how to feel more okay. Or it's like you could talk to Elaine, but you decided to just shut her out. So it's like, yeah, it is kind of that frustration of like, she says she's struggling, she's all alone, but she refuses to talk to anyone, and she's a very stubborn character. And towards the end of ACOA War, you still kind of like love her, but now she's just like reverted back to being a bitch. So it'll be an interesting story, that's for sure. But I need to eat some breakfast. So that's my reading so far this morning. I did 10 minutes while I took my probiotic. Now I'm gonna eat something. Get ready for the gym and get going, because around 11:30, it's 8 now, and around 11:30 I'm meeting Katie to do content. I made myself a smoothie, so now I can sip and read. I've just been trying to have like slow mornings. This is just what I needed. I'm up to chapter 4. I've read 52 pages and I'm 8% through the book. This is good. I like reading on a Kindle. It feels so like productive. Now I gotta get ready. So I'm on chapter 4, so I have to read another chapter today. And then I'll be able to read Time of Your Life, because I didn't read that yesterday. Hello, it is, I think it's like 7:43 on Tuesday. And last time you saw me, I was at the sauna reading another chapter of Time of Your Life, which was really good. Time flies by in the sauna when I read. So now I just read one chapter. So now up to chapter 10, which is Joa's chapter, and the last page 100. And the last chapter was Isolde's chapter. And basically, like, her and her friends had figured out that it's kind of weird that Joa and Isolde are kind of like an item, and she's never been to his house. So she like confronted him about it, and they found out why. Because that's like when you're dating, it's like, isn't it weird if you're dating someone you've never been to their house before? So yeah, that's on page 100. So I also finished the Powerful audiobook. What a dramatic, heart-wrenching ending. Like I said, we already knew Adina's fate, but just the way they portrayed it and the way it all happened was kind of brutal. And Mac Makoto, that character, he is very poetic, so I did like the writing. I rated it on Goodreads a 3. If I really wanted to be harsh, I'd probably give it like a 2.75, because once again, is this a story we really needed? We know her fate. Like, why just give her a love story? I guess it just gives her more, I don't know, more to it. I don't know if Makoto will come back, if she planted that seed, because he's in the other books. No idea, but I'm going to read another chapter or 2 or 3 of Time of Your Life. And then I have another chapter of Silver Flames, A Court of Silver Flames I want to read, because I'm trying to pace myself 2 chapters. Like, I want to stick to 10 chapters a week, because then my podcast comes out on Friday where they review the first 10 chapters. So I want to make sure I do 2 chapters a day, maybe even 3, a couple of days, because I want to be able to listen to it on Friday, depending on what I'm doing and where I'm going. I like to listen to it in the car. But I've been reading Time of Your Life, and oh my gosh, we're getting to I'm 133 pages in, and we're getting to the point where it's like there's a problem. And holy moly. Oh jeez. Oh my goodness. They are in some trouble. Ooh, the characters. It's like I feel ill just thinking about what happened. Holy moly. I was so sad. a timer for 40 minutes. So I'm going to read for 40 minutes and then I have to clean my house for 40 minutes and then I have to do some work. Oh, Joa, you are being a bit of a prick. This man, he's like attractive, bad boy vibes, but like, bro needs some screws tightened. So my 40-minute timer went off. I am now on page 158. I think I was on page 101 before I read. So I read 57 pages in 40 minutes. That's like pretty good. And I think, I'll check on my Goodreads, but I think I'm more than halfway through the book now and we're getting to like the problem. Yeah, I think I'm like halfway. I think this book only has like 320 pages. So I'll definitely finish it this week. But yeah, we're getting to a problem and some of the characters are being a bit of a prick. I'm not going to say who, but I'm sure you can guess. But it's really stirring like the story up a bit. Like it's really changing. Like I can now see the trajectory of like what the problem is. And it gives like, this book kind of is now giving Daisy Jones and the Six vibes for like the rock star. And it's like, this one's set in the 90s. Whereas I know Daisy Jones and the Six is like 70s, but it's very much like the publicists are involved and the rock stars and the siblings and the bandmates, and then she's a model, her publicist, her model friends, like it's all like interconnected in that world, and they're all like, you know, having to cover stuff up and talk to the press and like all that stuff, which I do love the vibes, and I do still love the dual povs, but yeah, Joe is kind of pissing me off now, but that's kind of the vibe. Like you're getting two different people that are together with two similar but different worlds kind of all colliding. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Like I said, I just love Jessa Hastings' writing, her descriptions. Like there was one quote I think I'll go back and highlight. This is a terrible part of loving someone, isn't it? That they become your heart that lives outside of your body, and they exist in the world, and the world we live in. And the world we live in tries to beat everyone and everything down. And today it picked him and it's working. Like it's talking about like when you love someone, like the things that hurt them hurt you. And it was like, she just depicts everything so perfectly when it comes to like love and those heart-wrenching kind of quotes. But yeah, now I need to change my sheets, clean my room, run the vacuum, do some productivity stuff like that. Today is a rest day, so I am just trying to relax and lay low because I feel so tired. But my sheets definitely need changing because, and I need to do the cat litter because I realized my cat had litter on his paws and then walked all over my pillows and stuff. So I need to change my sheets. First, look who's in my bed. I'm gonna have to take care of that. But yes, little Carsey boy. You're comfy in my unmade bed. I didn't make my bed this morning because I knew I was going to change my sheets as well. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. It is a bit later now. It is 2:21. So I had my 40-minute reading session, 40-minute cleaning session. Then I had lunch. But in between reading lunch, I picked up my Kindle to read A Court of Silver Flames. And I'm on page 69. Chapter 5, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, Nesta's at the house of Windsor Cassian. Like, they've had some interactions about, like, Cassian being, you know, like, this is not so bad, blah, blah, blah. I know what you're going through. And Nesta's being like, no, you don't know what I'm going through. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. We're not anything. We'll never be anything. Filling in the blanks what happened between Winter Solstice between the two of them. So I think Cassian, like, said to Nesta, like, after the war, like, she really cared that he was hurt and all this, so he thought they'd be something, but she's like, no. Some information. We're getting some good quotes. And just Cassian, my man Cassian, just seems a bit sad, a bit heartbroken. But it's also less they cared about each other during the war. They haven't had many big interactions. I'm like, bro, why can't, just because something almost happened, like there still isn't anything that's happened between them, you know what I mean? One just assumes they'll get together, but they haven't gotten together. I don't think I'm making any sense. So like when I listen to like podcasts and stuff about the ACOTAR series, they're like, oh yeah, Cassian and Nesta, like they're gonna be together like soon. I'm like, no. Like I don't think people understand how stubborn Nesta is. And when I first read ACOWAR, the hints between them, I'm like, there isn't enough evidence and there isn't enough interactions between them for them to fall in love. The one grievance I have with the ACOTAR series is just how insta-lovey it feels sometimes. Like, and I know people have said, like, everyone's mated to everyone. I was in love with Tamlin so quickly. Like, they have sex a couple times and she's in love with Tamlin. Then next minute, she's in love with Rhysand. Like, it's like, girl, you were just with this guy, now you're in love with this guy, and now you're mates. And then you have sexy time or whatever, and then it's like, oh, now Lucien, they're mates. Everyone's like, oh, Cassian and Nesta are mates. I'm like, hold up. We have no evidence they are mated to each other. There's just vibes. But the vibes aren't strong enough for anything to happen yet. That's what I get from this. So we're going to read some more because I have to read 2 chapters today. I have to read chapter 5 and chapter 6 today to be on track to finish 10 chapters by Friday to listen to the podcast. It's a bit later now and I've picked up a quart of Silver Flames. Gosh, we've found out more like political information because I was thinking after ACOWAR, I was like, what could possibly happen in this book? Is it just going to be like Happy Days vibes continued? And I'm like, what's the plot going to be about? But oh my gosh, stuff going on. Oh my goodness, getting intense. I'm on page 94. Just finished chapter 7. I said I was just gonna read chapters 5 and 6, but I'm gonna read. Excuse you. People are allowed to be outside, believe it or not. Person's been a bit naughty with his barking. He's just coming for a visit so I can get some doggy fix and mom could have a holiday from your nonsense, and you're being a bit naughty. He barks at anyone that walks past outside, and I have the windows open because it's like nice to have fresh air. Getting warmer that you need a window open, but it's not warm enough. Like close it and do aircon, but Carson's just a bit cray-cray with the windows open. He's like sensitive to all the sounds. Anyway, I'm on page 95 now. I've read chapter 5, 6, and 7. I am going to continue. Page 95, I'm 13% in because things are heated up. I was thinking when I was laying down, I'm in a bit of pain. I don't put pressure on myself. Like, there's more cleaning I need to do. I need to do the litter box, which is really bad. But in order to do the litter box, I have to do the kitchen because I need to empty the kitchen sink. There's just a couple of dishes in there. Just pain has struck, so I made myself tea and a coconut. So I have coconut sugar in my cup because I love that, and it was like going flat, so I was like, might as well drink it. And it's like 4 p.m. So if I'm gonna drink coconut sugar, the time is now. Then I became in pain. So I made some raspberry leaf tea because that's the best for like period pain. It's not period pain, I just have pelvic pain. I don't have regular periods. But it's essentially, like I think I have endometriosis. I think I've said that a million times on the vlog. Pelvic pain, the tea helps with that, and I have water. I picked up my Kindle because it was right next to me. I didn't think I'd read more of this book today. I thought I'd read more of Time of Your Life. My Kindle was closer and now I'm sucked into it. I changed my sheets and tidied and dusted my room, and I love how cozy she is. So I'm so excited to get in bed and read. Hello, it is Wednesday at 1:49. I've read some more of Time of Your Life, but I'm about to eat lunch. But one of my thoughts about this book, which I kind of love because Jessa Hastings, clever girly, she depicts, like, this book, like, Isolde and Joa's relationship gives the vibes of, like, as you're getting to know someone and you're, like, dating. Because they're, like, it's a trope where, like, they met, they fall in love, they start dating. And that's a lot, you know? I love how she clearly depicts, like, the early stages of dating when you're still finding out information about them, and then you get a bit scared and you're like, oh, I don't like that about that person, but then it's love and care you have that for that person means get to be human. And I think Jessa Hastings really, really does well with her characters on depicting everyone has flaws, everyone has toxic traits, and some of these characters got issues. But I love how the relationship she captures Isolde, goes away for work, and she's scared, like she's worried that Joe is going to cheat on her, but he doesn't. And it's like, that is so relatable. Like when you're in a new relationship, you know you love each other and you're together, but you're like, is this going to last? Is this going to... Captures it so like subtly, but I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like so relatable to like that feeling. And the people are far from normal. When it comes to love and how they love each other, she captures that normalcy. I don't know if that makes sense. Vanessa Hastings is a magician. I'm eating such a sophisticated lunch. I have chicken nuggets, free-range chicken nuggets, of course, and some coleslaw, some salad. It's my lazy gal lunch, and not gonna lie, it's probably one of my favorite lunches, and you betcha I'm going to lather my chicken nuggies in barbecue sauce. I've already put Celtic salt on them because I love salt. I need some salt in my life for my muscles and things. And yeah, I have a whole pile of coleslaw, and I'm going to eat this up and keep reading, but I also need to work and not edit. What's the word? Give feedback on my year 11 drafts. It sucks at school holidays and there's some marking I still need to do. But if I just smash like 5 a day, I'll have them all done in the next few days. I'm feeling a bit tired, feeling a bit stressed. So what's the best thing to do when you're stressed is read a book. Escape into other people's problems. I feel like I haven't updated you in a couple of days, but it is Sunday, the 28th of September. I am at the Gold Coast at my dad's house, and last night we watched a movie. We were watching all the Avengers movies, as you may saw from our last vlog. And then after the movie, so we watched Black Widow, which is like an interesting story, but afterwards I needed to read. So I read on my Kindle A Court of Silver Flames, and now I'm up to chapter 17, so I thought I would read a chapter this morning before I have breakfast. It's a nice like slow way of waking up, so that's what I'm gonna do. This book is getting more juicy, like the banter between Nesta and Cassian I've lived for. I've highlighted some quotes that I'm like obsessed with. So yeah, we're gonna read. A long time no speak. I'm sorry this lighting's like so red, but this is my bedtime lighting. But I have come back today. So today is Tuesday, September 30th. So I haven't talked to you and given you like a proper update of books in a few days, but you've seen clips of me at the beach reading, doing stuff and reading. So first, time of your life. I am currently on page 232, so chapter 26 with Isolde. And we finally got up to the problem, the main climax, the problem. So it'll be interesting to finish off this book and see what comes from it, what's the solution, what happens, what's the go. I love Isolde's character, but Joe is just pissing me off. His character is so annoying, but I kind of think that's the point. Like, he loves her, but he's a bit of a dickhead. So that's my thoughts on that. Then on my Kindle, I have been reading A Court of Silver Flames. So I'm up to part 2, which is called Blade. And if for those that have read it, oh, this backlit is not cute. So I am on page 269. It says I am 37% of the way through. And for those that have read it, it is heating up in so many different ways. But now that we're in part 2, you can just see the shifts and change in character development, which honestly just warms my heart. So those are my updates. I'm gonna try and read like a fair few chapters. I'm gonna tick this book. I want to be able to finish a book in this challenge. So I want to tick this off and start another romance one. I want to also devour this because I've been reading like chapter after chapter. Like one day I read like 3 chapters in a day of this book. Like, so I feel like I'm trying to pace myself with it to like enjoy it, but it's such a long book. I want to pace myself. Like, I'm gonna pace myself with this because it's so short, but then I'm also like, this will be so easy to finish and I want to finish it. Whereas this, I enjoy the journey and soak it all in because all the details are important. Like if I read too fast, I forget what's happened. So the times now, 8 p.m. Let's see how much we can read. I do want to get up early tomorrow, so I don't want to stay up all night reading. Hello everyone, it is Sunday the 5th, and it is 8:50 p.m. I'm in Katie's Eras Tour outfit because me and Katie went to see The Life of a Showgirl release in the movie theaters because we're like obsessed with the album, and we wanted to see the Fate of Ophelia music video. I wanted to see all the exclusive content. It was so worthwhile going, like so worthwhile going. But I thought I'd talk to you because I've been slack at filming because I'm just like, I just need to finish these books to talk about them. So last night I finished The Time of Your Life. So this is by Jessa Hastings, one of my favorite authors. Like Magnolia Parks is favorite book series. I have the posters in my house, I have a t-shirt, I have the special edition. I only read them last year, all of them last year, and I'm obsessed. I love Jessa Hastings' writing, and I love to be back in her writing. The Conditions of Will was also my top book of the year so far. Like 5-star, 6-star, 7, like love. I love that Jessa Hastings loves to write unrealistic characters in this sense. Magnolia Parks and this book follows elite socialites. In this case, it's a model and a rock star. So Parks is rich people, unattainable wealth kind of vibes. And I liked how it's like the characters' lives are not relatable, but how they love and how they have flaws are very relatable. So I liked that vibe. The interactions, the chemistry, the kind of like when they first meet, it's very much like, oh, he's a bad boy, saying the things, he's showing interest in her, like you would kind of want that. But it's interesting, like the duration of their relationship in the book is kind of like when you first start dating someone and you're getting to know them instantaneously. And a lot of people have talked about it's a bit insta-lovey. I felt a little insta-lovey, but it was also, of course, it's like two attractive people. Attractive, I'm attractive, let's get together. And that's the kind of vibe, but it's also like you realize their perspective on love kind of shifts and changes. And it's also like that idea that they're getting to know each other. It shows like the anxieties of a new relationship. And it's like what your friends think about your new relationship. And it's like she's really pivoted from guys she's dated in the past. She's changed over time. I will say as far as the plot goes, like there was a point where I was like, okay, I have no idea where this is going. Like what's the plot? Then the plot thickened and there was a plot twist. Their relationship had complications, and those complications, like, oh my gosh, like they're gonna be struggling through this complication for the rest of the book, and that's gonna lead into the next book, love. Then suddenly it like shifted and like the complication just went away, and then a new complication came up, and the ending just felt a bit disconnected and a bit messy, like messy in a way where it didn't know where it was going. But then I was like, oh, we'll make up, oh, this will happen, oh, like there's almost 3 complications towards the end. I'm like, if she just stuck with the one main problem and stretched it out a bit more. Instead, it was like, oh, we got over this road bump. Oh, we fixed it. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. And like the ending just felt so rushed. So yeah, I love being in Jessa Hastings' world. I love some of her quotes about like love and meeting new people and the rawness and the realness of like just being a human being, that she tends to like connect to her really complex characters. Old is an interesting character and she's quite young. She's only 20. So you can kind of see how she's mature for her career and her line of work, but she has this immature, unsure, like she's not confident in herself kind of vibes, like not physically, but like mentally in like where she wants her life to go. But then Joa Harrigan, at first it was like he was annoying, but he had this swagger and he was still likable. By the end of it, he was an insufferable character. So if you don't like reading, like some people might find his character quite triggering. A few things in this book that could be uncomfortable for people, as far as like trigger warning, like, yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but it's like trigger warning on something, an event that happened, a traumatic event that happened to Isolde. But I also think like Joa's behavior is like very toxic. So if you're very like sensitive to reading about books with toxic men and it's triggering for you, I wouldn't personally pick this up. Like it was a good book. I loved being in Jessa Hastings' world, but I wasn't. The thing that Jessa Hastings does really well is characters, right? And like Magnolia Parks has amazing characters and an amazing plot. Same with Conditions of Will. Conditions of Will has some characters I absolutely hate. Like in Conditions of Will, I love Georgia, I love Sam, I basically hate everyone else. The brother, there's the gay brother, I actually kind of hate him, but the brother that like comes good at the end, I like. Every other character in that book, I hate, but the plot is amazing, the storyline's amazing, you love Sam and Georgia. This Magnolia Parks is the same. You love the characters, but there's also a plot behind the scenes. Like it's romance is like a big plot, but then there's also subplots. There's character development. This book lacked some things in the characters and also lacked the plot, in my opinion. So I rated it a 3. Like it was a good time being back in Jessa Hastings' writing. I do love Jessa Hastings' writing, and this is gonna be a series. So I just don't know. Like I was really hoping there'd be a huge pivot and it went in a different direction, but then it didn't. So I'm like, what's even the next book going to be about? Do I even need another book on these characters? Probably not, unless they change drastically. And I know she didn't mean to write this book, and it just kind of happened. And I love that she loves the 90s, and the setting's a bit fun, and like the side characters are fun. Yeah, like Richie Harrigan kind of gives Henry vibes. Lala is like this badass bitch, like I love, but it just lacked a lot for me. But I love Jessa Hastings. I will read pretty much most things she writes. Once again, she writes about love in an interesting way, but this just kind of felt like it was missing a lot. It was only 320 pages, which is good, but at some points, no, it feels like this book has no plot. Like it's kind of like very similar to Daisy Jones and the Six. I didn't love Daisy Jones and the Six. I rated it a 3-star as well. Only because it's like, yeah, it's all about the characters. There's not really a plot. It's just like they do an interview. There's a magazine article. That's what this book feels like. But it's interesting because you want to know about the fame, about what it's like being famous. And that's like Daisy Jones and the Six. But yeah, so now I get to read tonight. I'm going to get ready for bed, read on my Kindle, and I need to read as much because basically tomorrow is a public holiday. It's Monday. And then school goes back. So then that will wrap up this reading vlog. And so far I finished, this is the first physical book I finished, and then I finished the Powerful audiobook. So at the moment I have the Reckless audiobook going and the A Court of Silver Flames. But please let me know if you want another reading vlog, like a weekly reading vlog, like every couple of weeks, just to like give you like, or just, it's like, okay, actually, question, comment down below. Do you prefer a dedicated reading vlog like this, or do you prefer me to, in each vlog, give you updates throughout the vlog of what I'm reading, and then it follows on to the next vlog, and I always tell you on the vlog when I finished a book? Comment down below, and I'm going to read and get ready for bed. This is the best thing after you've completed a book. Ready? There she goes. Back on the bookshelf with all of her friends. And Katie has my copy of Conditions of Will. But here are all the Jessa Hastings books, and then there'll be lots of room for when Daisy's books come. Hello guys, it is Monday the 6th, and this is my last day of school holidays. So this is going to be the last bout of the reading vlog. I haven't read it at all today. I'm on page 294 of A Court of Silver Flames. So I'm going to do some reading, and then I'll see where I'm up to. I was hoping to end this vlog in daylight, but time has gotten away from me. But I just thought I'd conclude this reading vlog. Last night I read up to page, I'm checking on my Kindle, 347, so chapter 32 of A Court of Silver Flame. So I'm 47%. So in this 2 weeks, so today was my first day back at work. So in the 2-week school holidays, I managed to finish an audiobook, Powerful, which I rated 3 stars. Finish Time of Your Life, which I rated 3 stars. And then read half of A Quarter of Silver Flames, which I'm really enjoying so far. So that wraps up my reading vlog. Comment down below, once again, like I said before, do you want dedicated reading vlogs like this one, where I talk about books that I've read, or just intertwine book updates consistently throughout my weekly vlogs and daily vlogs, and then have summary videos on my ratings, my thoughts, my feelings. I would love to share more book content. So yeah, like this video, subscribe, comment down below if you've read any of these books, your thoughts and your feelings. Stay tuned for our next video. Bye.